Hi, my name is Lakshmi.
Hello, my name is Manu.
We are from IARE Lakshya team. We have prepared this model for the SA International Aero Design Challenge 2022, and we are going to explain about the model that we have prepared for the competition. So the basic model we have designed based on the requirements given by the competition, which is the entire plane should have a width of 4 feet or 48 inches, and the weight constraint was given to us, which is below 5 kg weight constraint, and we had an additional constraint of carrying 2 additional payload boxes in the aircraft. So, based on that, our design we designed it such that we can carry the payload boxes within the wings itself, as you can see here. There are 2 boxes, and the fuselage is blended within the wing, and we chose a T-tail configuration to give better stability for the air. Moving on to the propulsion system.
So coming to the propulsion system, according to the design requirements, the plane needs to take a circuit around the flight field. So for that reason, we need a flight time of about 2 to 3 minutes, and we have designed a propulsion system in such a manner. And our propulsion system is electric. We have chosen the system because it is friendly to the environment and does not make any harm. So we have chosen a motor and the corresponding avionics such as the battery and a 12-inch prop, which will be able to successfully power the aircraft to take off within 8 feet. That is, the table will be of about this distance. And if we keep the aircraft here, the aircraft must be able to take off within 8 feet and complete a circuit and land in the same distance. So this aircraft will be capable to take off and land, and will be able to complete the mission requirements.
Apart from this, the aircraft can also carry additional half kg of extra weight, which can be placed within the fuselage, which is a dense weight. The aircraft has a conventional landing gear type, which we see in commercial aircrafts, and the main innovation is that it is does not have a fixed tail structure. It is a boom tail structure with 3D printed motor mounts on it, with 3D printed tail mounts. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, this is Harish from the mechanical department. Today we are presenting a project. Project on pneumatic crane. Pneumatic crane is basically a crane which lifts load of higher pressures. Like why I have chosen this project is basically in this revolutionized industry wherein people are trying to use IC engines, the petrol, diesels to lift objects. But I am trying to make an alternative use of fuel wherein we can lift heavy loads using simple efforts. This is basically a project of a pneumatic cylinder. So what this basically one unique point about this is whenever you walk in the amount of air until unless it is locked into there, it does not come out. In the sense it is a cylinder with zero leakage point. So if in case this falls under zero gravity pressure also, the amount of pressure which is locked inside does not come out. So that is specialty. And speaking about my project is basically a pneumatic crane which lifts around the objects. So this is basically equipment. Wherein this is called a portable pneumatic crane. Only thing why I call this mobile. Yeah, why I call this mobile pneumatic crane is basically you can make this crane run only with your car battery also. So this completely becomes portable on the plane. So we basically need a small compressor so that which can lift about a huge weights using an engine thrust around it. So using this pneumatic cylinder, what I have said about the zero gravity pneumatic locking cylinder. So whenever you lock the amount of pressure, it can lift up to huge pressures. So the thrust pressure that is involved in this, it's 9 to 14 bars. So which is immensely high as compared to all the cylinders which is available. Which runs on zero gravity. So whenever you this cylinder involves, like you need to bend this cylinder around. But this cylinder does not require to bend. At any angle of pressure, it can lift up the thrust amount of loads amount in this. Then the amount of what I'm speaking about the crane is, the crane uses the double cylinder pneumatic pressures. So wherein you get the minimum amount of load, it can amplify the amount of loads. So once this load is amplified, the higher amount of thrust comes out. So where we usually apply this is in the cooling tower dry shaft fans, wherein the heavy objects need to be lifted with minimum amount of weights. So these loads can easily be lifted with this amount of crane. And this is very small product, wherein you can place this to anywhere product possible. So the amount of load is easily lifted and move to any possible place. So apart from that, speaking about some USPs about this, I made a nodal analysis on this. So wherever the stress is maximum on this, I made a load division wherein the amount of stress is equally divided complete cantilever beam. So once this load is equally divided, so the amount of lift does not break some. So loadal failure analysis has been done so that the loads, whenever the loads are applied, it does not fails on the point. So making a calculation on lift thrust. So what I'm trying to conclude is using this high pressure pneumatic cranes with minimum efforts, the minimum amount of 9 to 14 bars, it can lift up to heavy loads. So what calculations that I have made using the selection of the cylinder, that is F is equal to mg. The gravity pressure falls drop, mass increases rapidly. Once this increases, the dynamic stability also we have looked into, because whenever the high loads are lifted, crane should not fall down. The stability of the crane is being lifted around. So taking these motions around, it has swinging motion, rotating and base rotatory motion. Then going with the dynamic stability, whenever it falls in the scenario where the crane bends too much down, so it has a dynamic stability so that it can balance itself out. The stability optimization features in this. Then the slide waves. Slide wave in the sense they can rotate up to 360 degrees, wherein whenever it falls one side weight, it automatically balances the other side weights. So these are some balancing equations which I have used so that we can balance on the dynamic stability points. So going with the straight base motion. So whenever it loads in the paying swing motions, so it automatically dynamic balances using the swing dynamics. The equations what I have used on this, m by g minus e power minus elongation of weights. So then goes with the inertia forces. Whenever the force load increases rapidly, so it tries to balance itself in inertia force also. So this is your static calculations. I've done this before dynamic calculation. This is just about the load vectors. So whenever the load vectors is falling down, it automatically rapidly increases the loads up. So these are the basic calculations from the loads. And this is the construction what of my pneumatic crane what I have made. I could not get it here because of this. It was too rapid, huge product. So this is the rapid crane, and here we have uses spot welding so that the points can be joined around. So this is the model of this. These are the parts, and what are the pressure units that I have used on this. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. This was my presentation for the pneumatics.
Hello everyone, I am S. Rajkumar from Triple Department. Today I am in front of you to speak few words about our project. It is a shadow tracking solar system. We all know that solar is the best source for the electricity generation. It is a clean source of energy. Here we are going to track the shadow. Because of the shadow, the efficiency of the solar panel will be decreases. So, and due to the shadow, the current will be reversely generated. So, hotspots can be occurred. So, to reduce all of those, we are making a project on the shadow tracking on the solar panel. Here we are using a panel. We have two LDR sensors and a temperature display, Arduino board, and we have a temperature contactless temperature sensor. In this concept, we are using the two LDR sensor concept. That means the panel has two sides. On the right side we have LDR sensor, left hand side we have LDR sensor. So if a shadow occurs on this side, the panel moves upward, opposite direction of the panel. So if shadow occurs on this side, this panel moves on this side. That's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Akshay and I am from Flickr department. Today I am in front of you with one of the concept, that is electrical shock glove with a GSM and GPS location tracker. This I have produced one device, that is because nowadays in society we are seeing that there is no proper security to the woman or a girl. Because many are working as a night jobs in a software and IT companies. So to protect them from the harassments and everything, we have created this electrical shock glove. It works on a mosquito bat, like a principle of a mosquito bat. Same as it is. Here I have taken some probes. Here this white color is a insulator, and this I have created one electrical circuit with the proper connections. And backside I have connected with one is the GSM module and one is a GPS location tracker, and I have connected this everything according to the given circuit. Whenever she will be in the danger, she will wear this glove, and when the stranger will come near her, then she will try to touch him. When she will touch to that stranger, then he will get a huge shock and he will fall down, but he will not die. And whenever she will push this, whenever she will click on this button, push button, then location tracker and GPS tracker, GPS will be sent it to the guidance mobile. Here I have kept the Airtel SIM because I have worked on this Airtel. Geo SIM, except Geo SIM, we can use other any SIMs except the Geo SIM. And some are the disadvantages of this, that when there will be a network issue, then it will not work properly. So for simultaneously we are trying to do with the radio frequency, like how policemen and then everywhere will use walkie talkies. When there will be any jama, then also it will be no problem, there will be no issue of the signals. And we are also trying to do this is as a waterproof. When it will be the rainy season, they can use properly and comfortably. And there will be many women and girls, they will not prefer to wear hand gloves and this everything. They will try to be some fashionable. So I am trying to do this in a future. Want to modify in the fabrications and or in the mobile pouches. So my message will be sent to them like here. Just how message will be gone, alert, I need a help, and they will be sending one location tracker, and please take some action soon. Up till that message, up till the guidance will come near her, she will manage with giving a shock to them. Thank you so much.
I'm from mechanical fourth year. Today I'm going to present my innovative idea. So this is my fully automated pani puri vending machine. We stored puri separately, curry separately, and all the different sort of flavors. Once after the onset of payment, the customer puts in his plate, and all the puris are dispensed. And as soon as the puris are dispensed, the next step is he inserts and he takes the puri, goes near the curry, and when the sensor is triggered, the curry is opened, and the curry nozzle is opened, and you can.
Where the curry is placed, I'm asking.
The curry is placed in this container.
In this container,
There are puris.
puris are
There is
placed.
a circular rotating disc which has a hole. Whenever the hole is in contact, the puri falls. So
And how many flowers you're going to add along with the curry? Is a single curry and puris are
single
there.
puri, single curry, and
But
four
flowers,
nozzles.
sir? Four
nozzles.
flowers. Four
Pudina flavor,
flowers. Yeah.
meeta flavor, jaljeera flavor, and any other flavor whichever the customer wants. So it's his choice whether he wants to take whichever flavor. Whenever he goes near the nozzle, the sensor is triggered and the water is dispensed.
What is the cost of the machine?
The cost of the machine is 55,000 rupees. 55,000. Yes, and we are getting a profit margin of 25% of that. Thank you.
like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.